Okay, so let's say you're working in an office that still uses paper charts. You won't see this as commonly as you will with the electronic medical records, but you may find offices that still deal with maybe paper and electronic charts. So first, we're just going to take a look at this folder. Looks like a folder, right? Okay. You'll notice that we have the patient's first initial. The patient's name is Harris, last name, Robin, Catherine. And then her date of birth is here on the chart as well. So this is something that the computer has generated, and you may not have this. You may have something handwritten. And then you'll have all types of stickers for the chart whenever you get into your medical office. So what all of this means is this patient is R. Harris. So this is how she's going to be filed alphabetically in the files. And then the year she became a patient, or the year that this folder is active, is 06. So if she comes back next year, we'll put in they'd put in 07. So this is her 06 chart. Now, another way that patients can be filed is they're given a numeric number. So we have Susie P. Cream Cheese, and she's patient number 133. So she would be filed, this patient would be filed numerically. So their charts are filed numerically, whereas these patients' charts are filed alphabetically. So we are going to take a look at the contents of the chart. So you see all of these colored tabs because you have to categorize the information in here. Otherwise, it's going to take the doctor a whole lot of unnecessary time when he is looking in the patient's chart. So the first thing we're going to see is the patient's chart order. So we're going to know when we open this chart what order we can find everything in. And here's even a place to put the patient's picture. Now, you are not going to commonly see paper charts. However, if you know how to file all of the information that comes into this paper chart, if you know how to file that, you're going to know where to look for things when you have the electronic chart. Okay, so patient history. So this would be her patient history. This is page 1 of 4. So that's the tab that this is going to go under. There's going to be a tab for billing and insurance information. So we're going to talk about here all the types of insurance they have. So this is going to be at the very front of her chart. And then later on, you'll have a place you can file her labs and x-rays. So there's a tab for lab and x-rays. And then the patient's flow sheet. So if the patient is, there's their lab, patient's flow sheet, and x-ray report. So really quickly, we just open this chart. We go to patient history. We know what's been going on with the patient. We can just flip to this next section, and then we can see what they've come in for. Any things that came on all of a sudden. These could be like chronic problems that are going on, like they're diabetic. They suffer from seizures, migraines, high cholesterol, diabetes. And then anything they come in for, like a flu or stomach problems, UTI, would be here. Allergies would be here. So if the patient is allergic to anything, we know to look in this red section, and their allergies are going to be here. So this would be their medications. So the medication, initial dose, the number of and prescribed, and then any refills could be listed on this page. You would file, if you have to give them like, some medications you have to have a written prescription for. So you would put that copy in here. Telephone records. Okay, sometimes patients call often, and theirs might be really long. This makes it super simple for you. So you can just put their message here. You'd start here, 1, 2, 3, and then just build up. This page has a place for 14 messages. So you would take the phone message and then you would attach it to their chart. If they've been in the hospital, they might have a tab here for hospital. All of their discharge information, the testing that they did in the hospital would go there. And then any referrals or consults would go under this tab, because we need to know if we've sent them somewhere. Maybe the doctor sent the patient to the podiatrist because they've had a wound on their foot and it won't heal. So they've sent them to a podiatrist. Well, we need to look and see all of the information pertaining to that referral. Maybe the insurance didn't authorize it. Maybe the patient didn't show up. Or anything that the podiatrist did say when the patient did in fact go visit. So that's the contents of the chart and how we would put a chart together. You may not have all of these different colored tabs. You may just have a few tabs. So of course it's going to go by your office protocol, but there definitely needs to be some type of system to track your patient in the filing system. It may be numeric and it may be alphabetical. If you're using electronic medical records, that one benefit that you're going to have from that is you won't misfile or lose a chart. So this one's just super simple. We have the tabs for history and physical, progress notes, any correspondence we've sent to the patient or gotten from the patient. Their lab and x-ray is one tab. Anything from the hospital would go here, and insurance here, and anything miscellaneous here. Maybe they had a physical or school physical or something done, you may want to put that here. So that's just different ways that you can actually put the chart together. And this one right here is the same as the first one that I showed you. These are more complicated. You can see they're very specific to this one practice. So you may do a very complicated one like these two, or something very simple like this. It's all up to your clinic's preference. So that's basically how you're going to put together a patient's chart. And you want to make sure that you have all of their information. A lot of charts, if you have paper charts, they may want you to put their allergies right on the outside of the folder right away, so the doctor can see, oh, this patient is allergic to penicillin, so we know right offhand anything that's going on with the patient, we will not prescribe penicillin for that patient. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have on organizing and building the patient's chart. Thank you.